Hello, everybody. Yes, it's your favorite. It's that's me. I don't know what I was going to go with there. Your favorite what? I don't know. Your favorite blonde-haired 52-year-old guy doing his thing. I don't know. I have an idea for a video. I don't know how long this will last. It doesn't have to last that long now. That's the great thing now about YouTube. I don't have to go a half hour anymore. I can go 20 minutes, not even, and it's about right. So, if this goes on YouTube, I think it will. This is going to be a perfect topic. The topic I'm going with is presidential sites that I've seen in my life, historical presidential sites, because it's the thing I like to do. Whenever I'm on the road, ever, it's been years, but when I used to road trip back when I was in my 20s and 30s, I always, anytime there was a presidential site anywhere near where I was, I would go there. There's one exception that I'll mention, which you'll understand why if you're from that place and know why. But yeah, so I I just on all my road trips, man, I always the Western road trip, the first one I took in '95. I had one. There was only one place I could stop, and I did. It was towards the end of it, in Independence, Missouri, the Harry Truman Library Museum. Well done. They're all well done, by the way. That's the thing about these. There's not one of these that's gonna be bad. I'm just gonna. It's gonna be really boring actually, because they're all well done. I mean, I think he and Bess Truman's graves were there, and you know, it was well done. They did the you go through and the history of the presidency. That's how they all work. They all work the same way. And you think, well, why don't you go to every one of them then the same way? No, they're different. Like some of them will have like a they'll have the, how the Oval Office was during his presidency. They'll have like a room where they show that, where it's literally there, which is kind of cool. You can see what the Oval Office looked like. I'd like just one of them to have one where you can go sit in the chairs. you know, and then order, yeah, whatever. Um, but yeah, Harry Truman, Independence, Missouri. That was my first one. I don't know if I'm going to do these chronologically or just off the top of my head. Because, I mean, I could jump around, though then it gets unorganized. I mean, in a later road trip, more local road trip that I took just towards Springfield, Illinois, I went to the Abraham Lincoln Library Museum, and that was real well done. And what was cool about that one, and nobody's going to know who I'm talking about here. There's a guy named Richard Norton Smith that's on C-SPAN all the time. A history guy. He's written books and stuff. And when I got there, it was like 9 in the morning. Because I slept overnight there, of course. And now I'm going out at 9 in the morning to go see the Lincoln thing. And he was there to greet people. To greet us. I didn't get to speak to him, but I was part of the group. So I knew who he was. It was weird. It was like a mini celebrity to me, this guy. And he said something to the effect of, I like your tactical genius of coming early because it gets busy later. And I probably did. Well, we went in when they opened. They opened at 9. They opened lock at 9 or whatever. We went in there and it was really well done. They did a hell of a job. I mean, I don't know why. See, that's the thing. I don't know why every single president, no matter how insignificant and bad or whatever, doesn't have their own library museum. I don't care if it's Warren Harding, I don't care if it's Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, William Henry Harrison, for the love of God. They should all have one. Because there aren't that many presidents when you think about it. In a population of 350 million people, 46 presidents or whatever it's been. 47, whatever it's been now. They could all have a museum that's done by the federal government. Or at least with federal state matching funds or something. But not everyone does. And I found this out once in Marion, Ohio, which I'll get to eventually. But yeah, I went there. I mean, I'm jumping around time here, by the way, just so you know. Yeah, we're going to be jumping around time. I'm not going to, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna go chronologically from my road trips, because I'll forget. But then, yeah, where else have I been? Which one of the ones I've been to? I mean, well, the one in Marion, Ohio I talked about, which there wasn't one. Warren Harding. I knew Warren Harding was from Marion, Ohio, and I'm coming on Marion, Ohio. I'm like, hey, I wonder if there's a Harding Museum here. I will definitely go. And I would have. All as far as I know, though, what I found, all they had was his gravesite, which I didn't go to for some reason. I don't know why I didn't. I should have. And yeah, pretty much his boyhood home was there. Which that doesn't interest much. I could have gone there, I guess. Maybe there's probably a museum in there. To be fair, I have to have one. But he was. I think Ohio's trying to not claim Harding anymore. Though Marion should. The guy was. His people. Yeah, he was a bit of a loose boss, and people were corrupt. I don't think he was a bad guy, though. I don't know. Historically, as I read it. Well, adult beverage time. I don't want you to see that. I just told you. Why not? What the hell? So that Marion, Ohio. As long as we're in Ohio, on another road trip, I think it might have been the same one, maybe coming out. This is coming back. Fremont, Ohio. This was a Ohio State-run museum. Rutherford Hayes. For a state one, man, it felt like one of the National Park Service ones. For all the modern presidents. It was really well done. I'm not going to lie. They did well. Every president should have that at least minimally. I think Warren Harding should. Maybe that's the answer. Like, the state of Ohio should have a museum for him. He was president after all. As bad as he was. But he died young, and he maybe could have fixed things, and who knows. Never got reelected. But, I'm back in Harding. But Rutherford Hayes, his fraudulency, they called him. Rutherford Hayes, because of his Tilden election in 1876. But no, I think it was set at his home that he lived at there in Fremont. But it was a proper museum in there. It was well done. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy these. I love them. I just love these places. Yeah. Come to think of it, there haven't been as many as I think that I've seen. I mean, you're in Grand Rapids, Michigan next. And again, these are not chronological in my life that I've seen them. I'm just jumping around the map. And I'm not going to even date when they were, because I don't remember. But Grand Rapids, Michigan, you know who that is. Gerald Ford, of course. A kind man. A man that gets a bad rap through history, I think. Because the economy sucked when he was president, and he was coming off Watergate. He was a Republican himself, and so he gets residual blame for that. But I think his presidency was necessary. Because he kind of righted the ship a little. Yeah, he wasn't flashy or great or anything. Not the greatest speaker of all time or anything. But he was steady. He did have an agreement with the Russians of Vladivostok, and, he did things. But this museum there in Grand Rapids was pretty good. They're all good. There's not going to be a bad review on any of these. I mean, it's going to be boring a little bit more. But, Gerald Ford, Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was good. Yeah, I have no complaints. I don't. I suppose it's possible he might be the first president I ever actually remember being president. No, I don't think so. I think it was Carter. If it was anybody, it was Carter, I think. But that's why his follow-up, which we'll get into that one, and that's the one that I couldn't go to and wouldn't have. For reasons that are obvious to anybody that lives in Atlanta. Anyway, yeah. So let's move further east. Oh. What else have I seen? See, I'm doing this. I've not really researched this in my own head yet. Well, let's just look Washington, D.C. Okay. I mean, the Lincoln Memorial. I saw the Washington Monument. Just jaw-dropping, inspiring. It was great to see those. And just being in that city, where the president lives, of course, it is what it is, and if you've never been there, it's just like a look on TV. the monument, and then the reflecting pool, and then the Lincoln Memorial at the end of it. Oh, it's just perfect. I did not go to the Jefferson Memorial for some stupid reason. It was a bit off, I guess. It was a bit off to the side there, and I didn't know. The Vietnam Wall, which, ugh, I don't know, that has nothing to do with presidency, but, well, the LBJ presidency, it does. There's one too, by the way. We'll get to that eventually. A couple in Texas. But it was so heartbreaking going there because there was this guy. I'm at this wall, right? I've never, I've seen it my whole life in pictures and stuff, and video and all that. And I'm taking photos of it. And this poor guy to my right, about 10 feet to my right, is just wailing at this wall. Stupid fucking wall! He must have found the name of a brother or a best friend or something. I'm guessing it had to be, at that level, it had to be a brother. It had to be, or a father maybe. Who knows? Could have been a father. Whatever. Some male relative of his had died. Or a friend had died. I did not engage, obviously. I kind of steered clear of that. But it just was heartbreaking as hell to see that. This poor man. Oh my God, I almost had tears in my eyes at the end of that. I couldn't, obviously I felt, I'm taking pictures of this fucking shit. I'm just disrespecting it. Which I don't think you are. Everybody else takes pictures too. This is back in the day, and just before cell phones, by the way, too. Before I had a cell phone, I was actually using a real camera at that time. Like, I could literally get film developed when I got home. That's how I got my pictures. So I couldn't see how they turned out or anything, but whatever. Yeah. It was back in the 90s. 98, that trip was, I believe. So there's that. Oh, well, hey, why not? This is presidential in a way. My first ever road trip and the first ever presidential site I ever saw, really. When you think about it, not really. It's set in stone. Mount Rushmore. Well, it was. Mount Rushmore, man. Yeah, I saw Mount Rushmore in 1985. In sometime on like May 8th, I guess. It was May 18th. It would have been the first day, so May 8th. No, second day, May 9th. May 9th. I can actually date this. May 9th, 1985. I saw Mount Rushmore. You don't have ever seen it. It was, well, what it was. I've seen it 1,000 times in pictures, so it's just what it is in the pictures. There's nothing. Being there was kind of cool. It's just, okay. Presidential site. 4 of them. I covered 4 in that one. Yeah. So, which else ones? Well, let's do the Texas ones. Okay. These I covered in one day. There's 3 of them in Texas, actually. I forgot about this one, which is not technically a presidential site, but it is, in a tragic way. The first of the 3 that day was Dealey Plaza in Dallas. That's the one that I'm now talking about. Not really a presidential site, but it was, because that's where one of our presidents met his end, John Kennedy. It was surreal. You go down there, you get there, you've seen pictures of this shit your whole life, and there it is, and you're there, and it's not, because a lot of times when you go to a place that you've seen in pictures your whole life, you do that. You get there, and it's a little different. It's a little off from what you expect. Because there's things they don't show on camera, But no, not here. No. This was the thing, man. This is absolutely what it looks like in my mind's eye. It's weird there. And it's very, you reflect on what happened there when you're standing there. You're standing in front of where, say, oh God, Abraham Zapruder, the pedestal he jumped on. You're standing in front of that and looking down at the road, at the street. And you run on the street by there's an X on the freeway where the limo was when he was shot. Which I find awfully weird. I don't know why. I mean, it's like the city of Dallas, they had to do it. But I don't get why they did it. I feel like you don't want to draw attention. Of course, they do it at the depository building itself. There is the sixth floor museum. Fascinating place, by the way. It really was well done. But I just wonder, I remember when I got to town, okay, pulled into Dallas that morning and parked, and I'm like 5 blocks away. I didn't know, whatever. And I go ask the person that whatever, where's Dealey Plaza? And you just could tell they were sick of it. It's 5 blocks away. I no problem with that. I can understand. Like, your city is known for that shit. It's too bad. At least the Cowboys came along and rescued that reputation a little bit, like the Cowboys. You know, I think that's what Dallas is known as, the Cowboys. You know, that's a good thing. I'm glad they did. Thank God for Roger Staubach and Tom Landry, I guess. Because it really is. You know, but man, JFK, be known for that, had to suck. And I'm sorry, Dallas. I'm sure you're a fine place. I enjoyed my time there, the brief time I spent there. You seem like good people to me. So, whatever, but yeah. And later that day, after a flat tire, actually over 2 days, by the way, rather than so. Got a flat tire and got that fixed. That's another whole video, by the way. Oh, we haven't gotten to that one yet. Sue is going, yeah. Oh, Skip. My brother Skip, who lives, it's a long story. I can't even go into it. It involves Round Rock, Texas, is also. Yeah. I'm the first person in my family that was in the night in Round Rock, Texas. And my brother has lived there now for 6, 7 years, and I've not been there to see him. But I've been there before him. Sorry. I had to say it. It's going to come out one of the... I'm going to do a Texas video or something. But yeah, okay. Anyway. I might not, because I'm kind of stealing... I'm basically doing all the shit that I did in that here. Because the next morning, after I stopped in Round Rock, the next morning, I went into Austin, and went to the LBJ Museum, Lyndon Baines Johnson. Yes, Mr. Vietnam, yes, that guy. But also Mr. Civil Rights. A mixed presidency this man had. And it's just, it was well done. Again, they all are. There's not going to be a bad one on here. I wish to God I'd seen more, to be honest. But there's just, I think there's only going to be 2 more after this. There's going to be the other one in Texas, and then there's one in Iowa that I haven't talked about yet. I don't think there's any others. Not really. Anyway, though, the LBJ one, well done. Tells the story well. They're honest about his flaws. Most of these museums are pretty honest about the flaws of the guy that they're honoring. I mean, some might not be. I've not been to, like, the Nixon one yet. That'll be interesting to see. Someday. In California. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I've not been there. So, I don't know. But that'll be interesting. And then, so, I took off eastbound out of Austin towards College Station. East and north towards College Station. To the George H.W. Bush Museum. And this was, again, what am I going to say? It was well done. I can't say anything else about that. It was a very well done museum. What are you going to do? They're all very well done. These people know their shit. And they do it well. There's not a bad one in the bunch yet. And the other one's not going to be bad either. The one I'm next one to go to, which is a state museum in Iowa. But I think Iowa is a clue. You know, really, West Branch, Iowa, yes. But yeah. It's just, I admired that man. A lot of people didn't. I did. I admired him as a president. I think he was a great human. He always tried to get along with people. Unlike the former occupant of the White House that is now running for the current one again. Whose name I will not mention here. He was not be named. You know, he's the only male running for president. Let's put it that way. of the two, of the top two. And so there's that. And then I left there, and then, I don't even know which road trip I was on. Like I said, I'm jumping around road trips here. I don't even know which one I'm on. Oh, I better cover one more thing first. I talked about this. On my southern road trip, I went through from the southwest to the northeast through Atlanta during rush hour. Now, I didn't even think about this, but the Carter Center is in Atlanta. That would be one kind of thing I'd stop at. I didn't even think about it at the time. But there's no way in hell I would have done it, because number one, it isn't, and those of you who live in Atlanta probably know, you're now nodding your heads going, yeah. No, you can't really do anything else. You gotta go through and get it done. You cannot do that. Because the traffic it was a traffic jam. All the way through that city. That's my impression of Atlanta. Looks like a nice city, but you need like 8 more lanes in each direction or some shit. I don't know. The traffic was brutal. It never even occurred to me to stop at the Carter Center. That was not my goal. I was going to Greenville, South Carolina for the night. I don't know why. God knows why. I mean, just a random city that's kind of huge, kind of big, in the semi-distance. But no, I never stopped there, is my point. So I've been in Atlanta, but not stopped at the Carter Center because it was just right closing anyway. It was getting, it was supper rush time, It was probably late. Right closing anyway. But yeah, so I didn't stop there. I could have, though, I suppose. If it had been early in the day or something, I could have. It never did. Oh well, whatever. And so the last one we're going to talk about is on one of my road trips. The last day of it. Before, I think I stopped that night at a hotel. Just to have one more night. Because that's what I just stop at a motel one more night. Just more frequent than that. But along I-80, east of Des Moines, in West Branch, Iowa. Herbert Hoover, the State Museum. Another state one, like Rutherford Hayes. And again, very well done. His grave is there. His wife's grave was there. Got pictures of that. And the museum itself was perfectly fine. These people care about their subject, and that's cool. And this is the closest one to Austin. He was an Iowa boy, man, and they had the newspaper headlines when he got elected, and oh my God, the Des Moines Register about went nuts. Oh, Iowa Hoover wins election. Although by that time he was from California, to be honest. And yeah, and they wouldn't be proud of him for long, to be fair. It didn't go well. The Great Depression hits, and the stock market crashed in '29, and his first year, which is fair, by the way. That was not fair to him. No president could have dealt with that. Like, FDR, if he'd been in office that year, couldn't have dealt with it. You had all this crap poured on you. Just poured on you. The economy going just absolutely bonkers bad. You trust me, none of you have seen that level of bad. Unemployment at one point rose to like a quarter of the country. In like 1931 or 2, I think. And there's no, he was cooked. There's no way in hell he went in 32. Of course, FDR just killed him. And FDR wasn't a terribly lot better the first time, but at least he was more optimistic. Anyway, back to Hoover. I mean, it was nice museum. I don't know what this video is. It's just stupid. I'm just doing a stupid little video. Whatever. Yeah. So, and that's pretty much the only ones I've seen. I mean, on my wish list, I want to see the Nixon and Reagan ones in California, Carter and George. I'd like to see that. Clinton and Little Rock, I probably could have arguably. No, he was still president. No, I don't remember. Whatever. But yeah, that one too. Obama's is in fucking Hawaii. I'll never see that one. George W. Bush is at SMU. That's doable, I suppose. There's others. There are others that are like state ones or whatever that I'd like to see. I'm thinking, is there any other president I've actually seen that I forgot about? I don't think so. I think I got them all. But there's a bunch more. I'd like to see anyone. Any one of them. All the washroom. Oh my God, I forgot one. Of course, in Boston. We went to the John Adams Presidential Museum in Quincy. Or no. I wanted to go to that one. But what we did do is go to the John F. Kennedy one in Massachusetts, Brookline, where he lived. We went to that one. My God. I think I wish we'll think there. That's the one I would like to see though, because it covered two presidents. I think both Adams would be covered by that one. But no, we went to the Kennedy one, and it was again same old, very well done. It was good in Brookline. You know, yeah. That didn't add much. I'm sorry. I forgot about it. I totally spaced on that one because I didn't do that one by myself. I wanted my mom and sister were with me on that one. You know, and then we all kind of took the metro train from Boston down south and east there to yeah, to there. But it was good. And that'll be it, I think. That is it. I think the last one. God, I probably missed one or two that I'm thinking. I don't think I had that. No. Nope. All right. 26 minutes is too long for YouTube. Maybe it won't be a YouTube video or whatever.